Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and today we have a casual game for the channel rather than any tournament games this time. We have myself versus Duncan and this was done pre 2.5 update. So this is the old 2.0 rules and points build on there. Don't worry, we will be bringing you some 2.5 games in the near future, but this is our last hurrah with full-on 2.0 scoring. And joining me for this last hurrah, we have...
James. I'm here for, I guess, the end?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's the end. Obviously, there are still...
The end of an era, I guess.
The end of an era. There are still plenty of people that will be looking to play some 2.0 or... as we coined it at the store, 2.25. So old scoring, but new rules.
Yeah, I guess depending on the number of new rules you want to use, you can just keep halving that number down and down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you don't want range zero like shots, maybe it's 2.125. But I mean, that gets a bit of a wordy mouthful at some point. So, but for this one, we were running full 2.0. So none of the new rules, because we actually filmed this on the day that 2.5 was announced. So definitely...
so you finished the game and went, oh, if you tried out the new stuff.
Yeah, we definitely sort of got there and was like, well, it's too late now to start 2.5. We've basically set up. So we thought we'd carry on with it. But anyway, let's run through those lists. And obviously, we're trying to get you to practice with your Scum as much as possible. So did you want to go through what Duncan's got?
Sure. Duncan has 4 ships I don't own. He has Han Solo in the Scum version of the Millennium Falcon with Trick Shot, 000, and the Lando's Millennium Falcon title. He's also got Guri in the Starviver with Fearless and the Virago title. Forlom in the Mist Hunter with Fearless, IG-88D Crew, Deadman Switch, and the Mist Hunter title, and an autopilot drone, which is currently docked to Han Solo's Falcon. Phil, what did you bring? Because you're playing here.
Yeah, so I decided to fly Rebels for a change because although I have them all, I very rarely fly them. And you know me, I like running like the same ship. So I have Dash Rendar in the YT-2400 with Trickshot, Outrider, and just for giggles, Deadman Switch. I then have 3 RZ-1 A-Wings with Wedge Antilles with Predator, Jake Farrell with Predator, and mixing it up a bit, Arthur Crinid with Deadeye Shot. So I'm hoping that's a list that would meet your approval there, James, as our Rebel Resistance expert.
Yeah, I've not actually picked up the, what was it, the Phoenix Squadron cell pack. So I haven't actually had a chance to fly Wedge in an A-Wing myself, but I've heard good things. So I'm hoping we can see him in action because he keeps his X-Wing ability, I think, doesn't he?
Yeah, so just think smaller T-65 Wedge, essentially. So slightly less health.
But it does mean that he is an A-Wing that can really push through damage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He definitely has that advantage. I mean, I think it's something we've always said on the channel is that the A-Wing, whilst great, can lack a bite at some points. It needs to get really right in the fray, which doesn't want to.
The same kind of goes for Guri. Like, she's really good at dodging stuff with the curvy barrel rolls, but sometimes can lack the offense. But with Fearless, that could be really good. I like that. Because Guri's getting into range 1 anyway for her ability to trigger.
It is a really good combo, especially with those bendy barrel rolls. Guri obviously only having access to the calculate normally, but when she gets into range 1 of an enemy, and it doesn't even have to be in the forward arc, it's just range 1, she gets a focus as well. That action economy in itself is brilliant. And having Virago as well, that's a really cool title, giving her an extra shield and the ability to do a red boost in the end phase. it's just really quite cool. I really like the Star Viper, and I've been seeing a lot more of them recently. As anyone that does subscribe to the channel or watch our videos will understand what I mean in the coming weeks. But I do like the Star Viper, especially in 2.0, 2.25, or even 2.5, however you want to term it. I think it's a much better ship than it was in first edition.
Yeah, and then we got these two YTs going up against each other. We got, I guess, Han in the, would you call it a newer ship? Because it looks newer, but I guess in some ways it might be an older model.
It's a less battered version, let's say.
We'll go with that. It's still got Lando's cloakroom on board.
Yeah, this one has not done the Kessel Run yet.
But it does have the tried and true combo of Lando's Millennium Falcon title and trick shot.
Yes.
But it's definitely one of those combo upgrades where if it isn't broken, don't try and fix it. It just works so well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's the ideal combo. And I mean, there's other things you can add there as well to make it even better. You can add Kira on there, which is a really good combination. But I guess
we should probably actually explain how that works. So Han Solo as the pilot, his ability is while you defend or perform a primary attack, if the attack is obstructed by an obstacle, you can roll one additional die. Trick shot, which I'll bring up now for the exact wording. Trick shot is while you perform an attack that is obstructed by an obstacle, roll one additional attack die. So that's two extra on attack.
Yeah. And you'll notice there are two ships on the board with trick shot that both really want to abuse the obstacles, because Dash Rendar, I mean, if Han loves obstacles in that Falcon, Dash Rendar really loves them, because he just wants to move over them, he wants to shoot through them.
They both want obstacles for almost totally different reasons.
Yeah, but I think the
Lando's Millennium Falcon title is, you can have the escape craft docked to you, you can treat its shields as your own, and also while you perform a primary attack against a stressed ship, you can roll one attack die.
Yeah.
But if only Han here had some way to stress his opponent.
Yeah, if
only. Wait. He does, because he has 000.
Yeah.
I can't bring up on a search because it doesn't seem to like numbers.
So 000, when you have a ship in range 1 of you, you can declare it, and that ship either takes a stress token or you gain a calculate token.
And that's at the start of the engagement phase. Yeah.
But I think it might be range 1 to 2, actually.
The thing I'm looking at the moment says 0 to 1.
Okay, 0 to 1. Okay, 1 to 2 would be really powerful.
This might be the errated 2.5 text. I don't know if that got changed.
I don't believe 000 did.
Because I looked up your list and I was like, oh, Arvel, yeah, he's something about bumping, but he's changed completely now. So I'm...
Yeah, so obviously Arvel's original text was that if you partially executed a maneuver, you could still perform an action.
Which is the rules we're playing with in this particular game.
Yes. No, sorry, that's wrong. Arvel can attack at range 0.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Arvel's been errated. There's a couple cards. Arvel, Oiken, Zeb, Crew, they've all been errated. Some for the better, some less so. But that's a different topic for a different time.
Yeah, the other combo I like that Duncan has is Fall On, because if they choose, you know what, I'm gonna let you take the calculator so I don't get stressed. Fall On can just pass the stress over.
Yeah, he's a sneaky one like that, is Fall On.
Granted, the timing of it is, I think, the end phase by the looks of it, but it's still a nuisance.
It is. What makes that a nuisance is that you could then go, I'm not going to take a stress because I don't want to do a blue maneuver, or for instance, you need to do a hard turn, but your ship's hard turns are red, for instance, and then suddenly he goes, you're stressed, so that hard turn you were going to do, you can't do anymore. Yeah. So it is a clever combo, and I do like it. But to be honest, I just really enjoyed flying A-Wings for a change. It was quite nice.
They're great fun to fight. And you've got one of each colour, which is great.
Yes, I do. I have two of each colour, in fact. So I have 2 red, 2 blue, and 2 green, but obviously only got one of each on the table. And it might not be the clearest on there, but they do all have matching colour bases to the colour of their ships as well.
You like to see it.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got them, why not use them? But yeah, there are some really cool combos on here. Obviously, Forlom and Han are going to be working quite closely together to really play off that stress mechanic, I feel. And obviously to really focus fire down. Now, I will point out, this is only the second time I've ever flown Dash Rendar, and he's a really cool pilot, but he's really counterintuitive.
Yeah, because you want to stay at range.
Yeah. And that's not something I'm used to.
You don't want anyone getting close to you. And currently, Guri is looking like she wants to zoom right into your little safer bubble of range 1.
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, obviously, my arc is left-right, so as I've just pointed out on screen, so not looking at Guri at the moment. In my eyes, when I saw this list, I was like, I know who I don't like, and right now that's Han Solo. Like that Millennium Falcon.
I can sort of tell that, yeah, because you got
yeah.
all of your guns pointing that direction. Oh, and you've got Jake going just fast enough to stop Han.
That was Wedge, unfortunately. I would have much preferred it if it was Jake.
You know what? I'm so used to Jake's art being blue. I always use the blue A-wing for him. I will try, you don't mind.
Yeah. I mean, I would have much preferred it if that was Arvel that bumped. For Wedge's obvious ability there.
But denying actions is still great.
Oh, absolutely. If you can deny actions, especially in 2.0.
Yes. Although in 2.5, obviously they would still be shooting each other.
They'd still be shooting each other, and they could do a red focus or calculate.
Yeah. We'll focus on 2.0 rules here, though.
But we have the first shot, which is from Han. Fortunately, doing no damage. I believe, yes, it was into Jake because of the way the arc is facing. And we now have
position, getting that trick shot.
Yeah, trick shot and outrider all triggering. So we do take a bit of time here. As we've mentioned on the channel, Duncan is one of those players that likes to be very thorough and make sure that he's trying to remember all of the abilities.
Yeah, he's got a lot of cards, a lot of abilities. I was just now looking at so why does he have IG-88D crew? There's no other IG around, but it lets him double calculate. So,
yes.
Fair enough.
So we were just trying to work out exactly how many dice Duncan ends up having.
Yeah.
Because with Outrider and the range and everything, it is quite tricky. I will point out, unfortunately, Duncan did forget 000.
Oh well.
But again, it's one of those ones. These things happen, and
it's a friendly game. This one, anyway.
It's a friendly game, yeah. And it's always a really good fun game playing against Duncan. I like the list he brings. He's very much a Scum player, and he always has some cool Scum lists. So it was really nice to play against Duncan.
There's some really fun stuff in it.
Yeah. So let's see what Dash can do on the first roll.
That's a lot of pain.
That's a bit rude.
That's a focus being spent.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's painful. That's all the shields.
Well, it's all the shields off of Han. Oh, and the drone. Yeah.
And the drone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
shields are down.
Yeah. Eagle-eyed viewers will probably notice that Duncan does have some damage cards there. He did remember about the drone after, so we re-rolled that back, and then he took the shields off of the drone. The overlay is correct, and the table will update momentarily.
Yeah, when something like that happens, and it's like no crits have been revealed or anything like that, it's like, yeah, sure, just rewind it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Guri was regrettably just out of range there.
Yeah, but Guri has a lot of open space to maneuver around in over there.
Oh yeah, this is the exact situation that Curry wants to be in. Just look at it going, I have all of this room to play with.
And Dash is at least moving slightly towards her.
Yeah. Well, this is an ideal range one shot from Jake.
He's got that Predator reroll. Let's see what he can do.
Looking back at this list, I feel that I missed a trick with not double talenting, unfortunately. Not that you need it with that.
What, like drop Dead Man switch on Dash and give someone else an extra ability or something?
Well, this list was actually, I don't think it was a full 200, so I still had like points spare to add marksmanship or something onto everyone.
And
it was,
you sent me the list. The version that you sent me is 200 on the dot.
I mean, I could have dropped Predator and done marksmanship Deadeye on there because Predator's 2 and marksmanship and Deadeye are 1 apiece.
Or drop Dead Man and take the Star Wing slash thing?
The Starman slash, yeah.
You fly through an opponent and give them strain, I think.
Yes, that is pretty cool. I do like that.
Which,
but to be honest,
one point, maybe.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Deadeye shot and marksmanship, to be honest. They're 2 of my favourite talents. So,
they are fairly reliable and cheap, and that's all you need.
Ouch.
As well as some good dice. Wow.
And that's Deadeye shot triggering to reveal one of Han's.
Giving them a
crits.
shuffle. What's the crit?
Damage sensor array.
That the maybe take a stress after an action?
No, it's the only focuses.
Oh, only focuses. I mean, Han, not the worst one, but he's not looking good on health.
No, and
when you said
scary.
I don't want Han to be around, you were not kidding. Especially since Wedge bumped and didn't actually have a shot. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first round of shooting. And that feels very rude because that's 10 hit points off of Han and the autopilot drone in one round of shooting.
You lost 1 shield?
I lost 1 shield on Arvel. I had a very, very good round there. I'm not going to lie.
That's basically a perfect opening for you.
I mean, that's pure Sabak, really.
I know I'm supposed to be impartial and you're here, but I really hope Duncan can come back from this.
Yeah. I mean, you obviously, you don't, especially when it's a casual game, you don't want to absolutely like annihilate your opponent because that's not fun. Ooh.
That's a good idea, actually, to deploy it before it comes out with some damage.
Yeah. Now, I have a bit of a history with the drone from very way back when 2nd edition first started. And people had the habit of having the drone pre-deployed, losing the 2 charges, then redocking, then sending it out as a bomb. And it did very well against me and took out like a lot of my list because by that point I'd already suffered quite a bit of damage. It wasn't fun. So I'm always a bit wary of that drone.
Yeah, it's interesting that it can deploy out the back like that.
We've had this.
I always look at the model and go, "Oh, it has to come out the front." Like for the Phantom on the Ghost, I'm pretty sure it has to come out the back.
Might be worth double checking that because I think I'm
maybe,
not 100%
maybe it's
sure.
Updated for version 2. I don't know. I haven't flown the Ghost for a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way I look at it is that yes, it's on the front, but I just imagine it coming out as sort of almost like K turning over the top. I mean, in that case, it's KK turning, but I don't see an issue with it at all. And I'm pretty sure that is a legal move.
I'm sure it is. I just always seems a bit weird that on the model it's at the front, and in the film, it shoots off out the front.
Yeah.
but sometimes they're just like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great position for it to be in, though, right now, because it's then making me go, that's something else I've got to worry about now. And we'll see.
I was about to lower the number of ships he had on the board. Now he's got more.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how well I anticipated that. Wedge, absolutely fine. Deciding I do not want to get shot, thank you. Not range 1, that's not for me.
But if you had the that slash ability,
true,
you could have given him a strain.
Jake, unfortunately, went a little bit too quick and ended up bumping.
Oh, he's bumped. That's not good for Jake because he really likes to do his boost to pass his focus around, doesn't he?
And that was my actual plan there as well, because Wedge, I hadn't, because I kind of forgot about that ability earlier. I was like, oh, I should have done that instead. So I was like, right, make sure I do it this turn. Had it all lined up, and then Duncan went, nope, that's not happening today.
Yeah, I've seen the Jake and Wedge combo when Wedge is in an X-Wing, and that's pretty nasty, having Jake just flying alongside, just giving him a focus.
Yeah.
And having them both in A-Wings, just being able to keep them more in sync seems pretty good.
I mean, they've got such a good dial as well. It is probably the best dial in the game when it comes to just what it
very
can
blue.
do. Yeah. I mean, it's one better than a TIE Interceptor's dial because it has the 5 blue forward, which the TIE Interceptor doesn't.
Yeah, if you really need to get out of there, you can. Guri going surprisingly slow. I really thought she'd go a little quicker, but I guess not knowing where Dash is going to end up. Stay back, keep your arc wide, you know.
Anticipate Dash maybe going a bit slower and trying to counteract that.
Yeah, I feel like Dash, I mean, you may have done like a turn to Dash's left here because of where your arcs are pointing, because then you maybe got guns on Guri, probably got guns on Han.
Yeah.
Split the difference a bit. Maybe tuck in behind that bit of debris in the middle of the field. I'm not entirely, you probably can't reach that far, but.
I mean, I will say something that.
Boost.
It was an interesting fly dash because I was having to I wanted to try and stay at range, and also I wanted to try and utilize those obstacles to really maximize his damage output. So it's definitely a tough ship to fly, but also really fun, especially when you do pull it off.
Yeah, like we saw in that opening round shooting. Like if you can get the combo off with trick shot and outrider, you're doing damage. And that is a
great block.
I want to say a good bump, but it depends if Duncan can get a shot off to really make it worthwhile.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit of an unfortunate one there because obviously I don't get any actions. Would have loved a focus token or something right there. And I'm not sure. I still think it probably would have bumped if Guri hadn't have boosted as well because of the way the base is.
Possibly.
Right, but let's see where is Han
At least
going.
Now Guri might have a shot on Arvel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
I mean, I like it. You keep your distance. You might get a shot through the rock for your abilities, and you don't have to spend an action to turn your gun.
True. Not that he can turn his gun
at
the moment anyway.
Dash, or is that down there, Jake?
Yeah. I mean, Jake's got no tokens, not stressed, so it'll be difficult to push that damage through.
Yeah, but Dash is through the rock. You get some extra dice there. Although, with the crit, would you be allowed to add dice? Is that modifying?
No, so with the crit, you can take a focus action, but that's it.
Oh, so you only focus action?
Yeah, so it's...
I'm thinking of the...
Blinded Pilot, I believe.
Yeah, it's only the Force, yeah.
So yeah, Blinded Pilot means you can only spend the Force, and damage sensor rate, you cannot perform any actions except for focus actions and actions on the damage card. Checking 000 there because we remembered it. And
Got her focus.
Yeah.
Oh, Han did rotate the gun, so possibly going for Arvel. Or I guess maybe Wedge, but I feel like Arvel is probably more likely because he's already hurt.
Arvel is probably more likely, I would say.
2 hits. 1 shield off of Arvel. Yep.
That is a shield off.
Points.
Surprisingly cheap as well, A-Wings.
Yeah. Well, they've only got 4 health.
Yeah. Ooh, not a bad shot from Guri there as well.
And presuming the calculate.
Yeah. Ooh, that's all the evades you need.
And you're range 3 behind a rock.
Yeah.
And you're not being shot at by Dash or Han here, so you're feeling fairly comfortable. I wonder if the drone could do some damage.
It could potentially, but that is... Yeah, it's another range 3 through the rock there from Dash into Han, so ideal. No mods though, which is the big
mods,
downside.
But a decent amount of dice.
Yeah.
And you only need to get 2 damage in to finish the job.
It's a nice position to be in, I'm not going to lie. I'm just double checking how many dice Han gets as well.
That's fair.
There's so much on there of adding dice in different situations.
Yeah, like we've got trick shots, we've got titles, we've got Wedge over there doing a similar thing.
Yeah,
there's all sorts of dice numbers changing, and it's 5 red dice.
Oh, only 2 going through over a focus right now.
I mean, they can still do it.
Could do it. Could do it. Would feel a little bit rude.
There's a lot of pointing and checking here on the dice. Yep.
Oh, 1
Just
damage.
hangs in there.
I think it's at that point that Duncan had realised that he
could have
had rotated it up when he shouldn't have. So,
okay.
But again, casual game. These things happen. Even if it's not been picked up as well, then you know what? Play on, really. Nothing from Forlom there, unfortunately. Nothing from Jake or Wedge either.
I guess that is it.
Nope. Arvel still gets to shoot.
Oh, you know what? There's Arvel and the drone. What am I talking about?
Yeah. Oh, and he squeaks a damage through on Forlom as well.
All right. And then over to the drone.
And he finish Arvel off.
I mean,
it'll be a... Well, it's a crit.
Okay.
You'd have to blank out.
If the crit goes through and it's a directed... No, it's not.
No. I think that's one thing that does go in favour of the A-Wings. They do have a lot of green dice. Once you start getting through them, though, there isn't much health to save them, but they do have a good amount of green dice. And there's that stress pass from Forlom into Arvel.
Yeah, not the most effective thing against A-Wings, I guess. Unless Arvel had already stressed.
Yeah.
Double stressing any ship is really good. But just passing over 1... I mean, I guess you're not stressed yourself, giving you more options.
Yeah.
That's probably the main benefit.
Yeah, the Mist Hunter has an interesting dial as well. A really interesting dial. So it'd be interesting to see what he actually does there.
I just want to see Guri do something now. Like she's now in the fight. Let's see that fearless pre-focus combo happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, having Deadman switch on Dash is like, are you going to range 1? You killed me. Surprise.
Yeah, I just thought, you know what? Deadman switch as well. It's not an expensive upgrade, and it could be quite fun. Ooh, this is where Road really bit me a little bit.
Right, no, because
A
we
too
were
hard
sort of
wouldn't fit
hoping
past
for
the medium
Forlom to move
base.
first, but he didn't.
Yeah.
And now what's he done? He's gone right past you. I think there's a hand away, but models are moving, so I'm assuming it's click. Yeah, that's fine.
Surprise! 2K turn.
I forgot I had a 2K turn.
Yeah. Interesting. Rather unexpected that Forlom's ability with IG88D gets to double calculate. So Forlom is in a really happy position right there.
And these A-Wings are just sort of trying to turn around, really, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they can turn around fairly quickly, but still got to get there. And unfortunately, with that bump earlier for Jake, it's puts him a little bit lagging behind. I mean, I could have possibly moved Wedge slower to
Yeah, but Jake's
catch up.
Jake's boosting a lot.
Yeah.
He can catch up. The question is, does he keep the focus himself, or does he try and pass it over? I think he's probably right keeping it for this turn. Wedge doesn't need it for offense or defense. He's already got a token himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's Wedge is in a good position. He's got a rock, he's got range, he's got
Dash is staying put.
Dash is blocked as well. Again,
very much not living up to his name.
Yeah, kind of hoping that Road would have gone the other way there. Two ships very much lacking their potential there. Does Gary get to capitalize on that though? Ooh, so that's white, so it doesn't clear the stress.
I'm trying to work out where Curry can now end up with the curvy barrel rolls. Oh no, but it's a white move, so it's just there.
Yeah, just there.
Now, is that range 1 of Dash, or is it 2? It might just have gone into range 2, which isn't great news for Guri.
No.
Looks like Han is safe for this round, though.
I mean, he looks... it's really tough to decide on range. We had this last video.
He has a boost, doesn't he? He can get into Dash's...
he still has damage sensor array, so he'd need,
he'd
need to clear that.
Oh, okay, maybe not.
So he could be being caught there at range 3, which would be not ideal.
But would you want to spend a 5-die, well, no, it'd be a 4 dice shot on a 1 health ship who doesn't actually have a shot, or would you rather attack someone else like Forlom?
I mean, it's range 1 on Guri, so Guri gets a focus, so I probably wouldn't want to shoot at Guri because I'm unmodded.
I feel like you go for Forlom and try and get rid of some of his tokens.
Looks like I'm going...
No, you really don't like Han on the board.
I'm sticking with the original plan. I mean, it's one of those things.
I've started, so I'll finish.
Yeah, it's one of those things of, you've got a ship really damaged. Do you then take it out so that's guns off the board, a la bye-bye Han? Or do you start shooting at another ship to weaken it, hoping that it then doesn't come to bite you? So my theory was, if I can get rid of a ship, then that's one less set of dice being thrown at me. So
yeah, it's a fair decision. Looks like
Wedge on
green dice
Guri.
Hand.
Oh, there's the A-Wings sneaky little tooth getting in there.
Again, Wedge's ability lowering those defense dice by 1.
Yep. And also managing to make them all blanks.
Could have been the paint that he needed.
Yeah. that is. I was actually quite glad that Wedge kept that ability in the A-Wing, because I know that there are those points where when a pilot goes from one ship to another, ooh, that is bye-bye Arvel.
Yeah, I mean, all on
you
range
expected that.
Against a 2 health, no token Arvel, that's just death.
Yeah, didn't even need the calculates. As I say, like when they announce Wedge with the abilities, sometimes it's a bit frustrating when a ship has the same ability across, like a pilot has the same ability across multiple ships.
Right,
it doesn't translate.
Why would I choose the lesser chassis?
Yeah, but Wedge on an A-Wing with that ability just works. It really increases the power level of that A-Wing.
Yeah, but also lowering him to Initiative 4 kind of balances it out and gives it a
really
slightly different role to the X-Wing Wedge, who's very much I'm going to fire a torpedo at you at Initiative 6 and something's going to die.
Yeah. He becomes less the aggressive hunter and more the patient stalker.
I like that.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, that fits.
But whilst we're waiting for them to reveal dials for the next round, just want to remind you guys that if you do like what we are doing here at Out of Arc Gaming, you can support us on Patreon. The link for that is in the description below. Probably don't need to remind you at this stage, but if you are one of our top supporters, you can tell us what to fly. And that can be 2.0 or 2.5. And we will endeavour to do what we can to get that on the board.
Yeah, especially with like the 2.5 stuff coming out. Everyone's trying to work out what's good, what's fun. Send in something that you're like, yeah, I'm not too sure about. Let's see how it does.
Yeah. Let us be your test dummy for it. We will try it. We can pretty much source most ships as well nowadays, so. And plus, some of the 2.5 lists I've been writing have been interesting, to say the least.
A lot of my ones end up with a lot of upgrade cards.
Yeah, I did write a list the other day and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to have enough table space for all these upgrade cards.
Yeah, I need to find a solution for tournaments.
So I have seen some clever ideas. Ben, who's a regular on the channel, commentator and player, he has like little folders, like the little binder sleeves that he puts them all in, so it keeps them all together, which is a really good idea.
It is, but some of my ships have more upgrades than those hold.
I mean, I've also toyed with the idea of getting one of those and sort of like cutting them up slightly so that they almost fold into each other, so that it looks like they are on the table normally. But I just haven't got around to doing it.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure there'll be a solution that becomes adopted by the community at large for dealing with a lot of upgrade cards.
I have seen people suggesting to reprint them in the half sizes like we used to have in first edition, which for some cards would be all right. Some cards, you'll need a magnifying glass for the font on them, though, which is the problem.
Yeah. Oh, Forlom might have just got bumped.
Forlom is just getting in the way.
You know, I kind of dissed Forlom's ability earlier, but being able to get rid of his stress and then he just cleared it, didn't he? He just did a blue, didn't he?
No, earlier he got rid of the stress, then did a K turn, which got him his stress back. But because he got stressed, it was able to trigger his ability to get the calculate with IG88D.
But how did he lift that stress?
He did a white maneuver, so he didn't get rid of the stress.
Oh, and that's the stress he still has, right? Sorry.
Yeah, that's the stress from earlier.
I mean, getting a bump on Wedge is pretty good.
Yeah, and there's the boost focusing from Jake, so I got to use it once.
Yeah.
Finally, which could be handy, but Guri's still yet to move, so I don't know if it's actually going to
Guri with the curvy barrel rolls could really get in close for that fearless shot that I'm just waiting for it. I want to see it.
I mean, Fearless is a great upgrade card. I mean, obviously you see it stapled on Fang Fighters, but again, on the Star Viper, good shout.
Although weirdly here, you don't need to reposition at all, really, because you can't get out of the way of dash from where you are. I mean, I guess you might want a standard barrel roll to get away from wedge.
Yeah, but again, still stressed in a white maneuver, so no barrel roll there. But
and the autopilot drone's gone.
Autopilot drone has blown up.
And no significant lives were lost because it's autopilot.
Absolutely.
Which I guess in the Star Wars universe is like the next step below a droid flying it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes characters are like, oh, it's only a droid. They're like, it's not even a droid is on the ship.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that was going into Forlom there. So that is a really good shot there, starting the damage through. So 2 more shields down on Forlom.
This is looking like Guri. No, Wedge first. No?
No, it is Guri first. Double checking that it was definitely front arc to front arc. I mean,
so
we kind of knew that.
Blank, focus, the other one.
That's good. Needs to spend that focus to only go half points. That was painful.
Good thing you had that focus.
Yeah, thank you very much there, Jake. You saved Wedge's bacon. So nothing from Jake. Range 1 back from Wedge.
I mean, this could do an equal amount of damage.
Yeah.
3 red. Okay.
Oh, evaded.
Only just, though.
Yeah, Duncan's dice haven't been the kindest to him, especially in the evades department, unfortunately.
Yeah, but he has stayed fairly stressed for a lot of the game. Or he's, it's been Han who had that crit. So
yeah, that was
really
unfortunate.
To get that many tokens. And the one time he had tokens, he didn't really need it because he was range 1 with Fearless taking the shot with Forlom.
Yeah, and he just absolutely annihilated Arville. So he did do all right there. But this is going to be interesting now to see. Forlom has moved his stress onto Wedge.
Smart.
Yeah. Annoying. But smart.
Yeah, that's another game.
The 4K turn this time.
Now, is that really also going to get in the way of dash?
Oh, that's actually a really tricky one.
I was thinking maybe you're going just straight over that rock because it's dash and he doesn't care.
Yeah, he is a bit brutal like that. He just does not really mind it.
Because with dash ignoring obstacles in the movement phase, he'll be fine, but he wouldn't be able to shoot if he's still on it for engagement.
True, but obviously
that
is right. So he ignores it whilst moving. With Outrider, if he goes over an obstacle, he can remove a red or orange token.
Oh, okay.
So that is actually a bit mental as well. So with Outrider, he really loves the obstacles, and then if he's not on it, with Trick Shot, he loves them even more.
Yeah, a nice little barrel roll there from Wedge, getting behind that debris.
Yeah.
Now that Han is on board,
yeah,
don't have to worry about hiding behind any obstacles as much.
Now, I will point out that I accidentally put my dial the wrong way for Jake. That's not where I wanted him to go. But you know what? I just kept it at that. Duncan was like, did you want to change? I was like, no, you know what? I put it the wrong way. So carried on with that.
Fair enough. I mean, he's safe at least. He hasn't flown off the board or something. Oh, that's close. No, he fits. I can't actually tell if he's on the rock or not, but
he fits
he
indeed.
didn't
I
bump.
believe he is on the rock, and this is one of the weirdest things I've ever done: barrel rolling a large base ship. I've not done it very often.
Yeah, it doesn't really come up a whole lot.
No, I think it's what, 2, maybe 3 large base ships I can think of that can barrel roll, or at least use the barrel roll mechanic.
And even then, the barrel roll's usually red.
Yeah.
Although, what's going on? Are we undoing it?
Well, no, just I think
double checking the position for
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think as well, Duncan was also querying how.
Oh, which line you line up with, sort of thing. That's fair.
Again, because obviously
it doesn't
small
happen
base ship. Yeah, small base ship, easy. We all know that. Like large base ship and medium base ship, they are slightly different from each other.
Yeah, you either the front and back position is kind of what you expect it to be, but then the middle position you have to line up the line in the center of the one template with the little mark at the midpoint of the base.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I've explained that in any way that makes sense.
It makes sense to me, so.
Also remembering to do it lengthways instead of long ways.
Yeah, that is key as well. Don't do it long ways because A, you get less wiggle room when you reposition after. B, you've definitely gone far too far. I mean, imagine a large base ship barrel rolling using the length of the token.
Yeah, I did play around with the Razor Crest with barrel rolls.
Yeah.
With the is it expert handling to make it a white barrel roll? That was fun.
I do like expert handling. That's a great.
That's shot coming in from Dash.
And that's gone through onto Forlom. A lot of damage there. Fight's not over yet, though.
No, it's not. Guri has it's range 3, but there's nothing in the way, and Jake has
no mods on either side. That was me thinking Jake was safe over in that corner.
2 hits.
One going through.
Okay. Only a shield for now, no half points.
Thinking, darn, should have taken that focus, but I get more of my dial available to me this next turn.
Oh, is that in? No, I think Dash is maybe safe. I think
it was running parallel
for wedge.
Oh, actually, no, I think it was, but Duncan was trying to debate who is more likely to take out a 10 health Dash Rendar or a 2 health wedge. So
yeah, that's fair.
You can probably get more damage through on Dash, but
I just feel like wedges range 3 through an obstacle. You're better off just going for damage whilst you can get it.
Yeah,
I'll probably eat my words, and wedge will probably die here, but we'll see.
Fingers crossed, wedge survives. I mean, that's a really good attack.
That is a good roll. What's wedge got?
Not that great. Bye, wedge. You will not make it to the Battle of Yavin this time.
I just gotta go find my words to eat them. Hang on.
Yeah.
I did not think that would kill. All right, fair play. Good shot, Duncan.
I mean, we've seen it quite a few times on the channel, and we've said it a few times. Green dice are fickle. They will not never, ever, ever rely on your green dice because they will betray you at the worst possible moment.
What you really want to rely on is stuff that will definitely cause damage, like Dead Man Switch.
Yes. Which,
if this game ends with like both Dead Man Switches triggering at the same time or something, that would be nuts.
Oh my god, that would be a bit. There's so many of those random combinations that you think of. You go, I'd love to actually see that. I mean,
I'm glad we've seen pretty much every sort of upgrade combo on the board happen. We saw the trick shot. We saw Outrider. We've got Fearless triggering on both Guri and Forlom's got a lot of tricks that we saw.
Yeah,
Jake was
Deadeye
passing
shot
out his
triggered.
stuff. Arvo actually bumped something and shot it.
I was so happy about that. I mean, that's part
I've
of the reason
tried
I took him.
Arvo so many times, and every time I'm like, I'm going to send him in for the bump. And he doesn't quite get the bump, and he just dies.
Yeah. But there's always a risk there with him.
Yeah. I've stopped using him.
Well, you've seen it does work, and it can happen.
Yeah, it can, just evidently not with me.
Yeah. And here is the other part of Outrider working. Bye-bye stress token off of a white maneuver because I went over an obstacle.
It's like having the old version 1 Kanan crew on board.
Yeah. It's, again, I had to double check that and reread it before I planned that move. I was like, that's actually really, really good.
Also, with the way your arc is side to side at the moment, that's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I think you definitely got a shot on on Forlom.
Yeah.
And potentially on Guri, but by the looks of the damage, you're definitely focusing on Forlom.
Yeah. Also, can I trigger trick shot again?
Sneaky, but maybe.
Oh, it's so close.
That is close. We'll have to see how many dice you roll. Although maybe you can remember.
I mean, I might be able to remember, but I'm not going to spoil anything.
Well, no, but when we get to the shooting, just let us know. Guri doing a K-turn? Or following? No, just going straight, finally clearing that stress and going for probably a boost. Although actually,
I would say a boost. I mean, the barrel roll, I would look at a boost, to be honest. That is what I would do.
Yeah. But then I guess if you do boost, you're ending up having to go all the way around the debris to follow Jake. Maybe you want to go the other way and try and cut off Dash.
Yeah. I mean, because you could do a barrel roll to the left with the bendy barrel roll and then do a Virago boost.
I mean, I guess you could just do a barrel roll that curves, that goes left but curves all upwards. So you're just on that board edge, and then on your next turn, just go straight into the middle of the board.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's not right. Well,
okay. That's also close. We do actually have an additional little shot of this.
I mean, you get a shot. It just means you're going through that debris next turn.
Oh, it does fit quite nicely. I mean, that's a nice barrel roll, but yeah, you've got some debris there ahead of you.
I guess at this point he knows. Well, he might know, he might not, but he is behind on points, and he only needs one bit of damage to get half on Jake.
Yeah. He's not, considering obviously Han's gone down, and I've lost 2 A-wings. The points difference isn't that far. I mean, we haven't actually accounted for the full autopilot drain, unfortunately, but it is still a lot closer than you'd expect. I mean, the Scum Falcon is cheap. It's so cheap. And here comes the dash shot, and it is obstructed.
That is the combo.
Oh, good, that's 5 dice. That's just night.
Yeah,
I'm afraid. And
cancels 1.
Something's triggering.
Oh no! But the dead man switch.
There's only 1 ship in range.
Oh, and it's Guri.
I mean, you hate to see it. It is unfortunate. That's the risk you run when you have dead man switch.
The risk of the 1 point illicit, but what a fun card.
Yeah, it's worth it for those times where it does work, and even when it goes against you, it's still funny.
I feel like it's going to be one of those cards that we see a lot of in the Razor Crest title, where you can just choose a hidden illicit. Like, you feel like you're about to die, you're surrounded by the enemies, and you go, "This is what I chose."
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
Oh, that's not a bad shot. Oh, focus. Ooh.
Jake with his focus.
Jake loves his focus. He
now
really does.
Guri really needs to put in the work, but that debris being in front of her is not great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good job that it's not 2.5 debris, because those obstacles in 2.5 are brutal, to say the least. So
Jake is getting quite aggressive there.
yeah, obviously, probably going to want to look at repositioning, but not know what Guri is going to want to do.
Yeah, I guess maybe if Guri does like a one sharp, that might fit.
Could it'd probably be I think it would bump, but it would. That's not a one shot.
Just a bank.
A sloop. Okay. Didn't see that one coming. Double stressing herself
and
though.
Still facing the debris. I'm not entirely sold on that one, to be honest. I guess hoping to maybe get a shot on Jake, but does the Virago let you do a boost even when you're stressed?
No, you can't be stressed to do it because it's still a boost action.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, Virago is good. It's not that good. Oh no, Duncan. I mean, for the channel, that's great, but for Duncan, that's not, because
Jake
unfortunately
is out of arc.
That is out of arc. That was a really risky move there that Duncan did, and unfortunately,
I mean, I guess in that situation, like Dash is still full health or close to it.
Full health. He's not
full
taking
health
a single
Dash.
point damage.
You know you need to at least take out Jake. You got to start doing the risky plays. So credit to Duncan for giving it a shot, and it was close on the arc.
Absolutely, you've got to give it a go.
But double stressed, no shot, and more than likely getting more stress, or at least remaining at 2, because even if you do a blue over it.
But Duncan did actually. We only had a couple minutes left, and Duncan was like, "You know what? That's game."
Okay.
Fair enough. I mean, fair play to Duncan. I tell you what, I had a really good time.
That was
that game.
Very good.
Some of those moves that Duncan pulled off, I was not expecting, especially Forlom. He did some really good moves in there and really snuck through any of the nets I set up.
I still can't believe the amount of damage you got off on that opening round of shooting when you had, admittedly, Dash with all of his tricks, but then the only other 2 shots that happened from your side are 2 A-wings.
Yeah. I mean, I was very lucky there. That was high odds, to say the least. But that was a really good game. So again, thank you very much, Duncan, for playing that. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. James, thank you very much for coming along and commentating with us.
You're welcome.
And guys, so that is one of the last 2.0 games we will be featuring on the channel. There may be the odd one here and there, but we will be looking at 2.5 soon. But starting next week, we do actually have Season 2 of Flight Academy coming up. So stick around for that, guys. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, Patreon link in the description below, but we will see you next time.